If 17-year-old me could see me right now, I think her mind would just be blown. She would not know what the heck to think. But if I could talk to 17-year-old me, I would tell her, keep going, girlfriend. Just keep making those mistakes. I guess we need it because it's giving today me one hell of a idea, okay? I need you doing what you're doing, sadly. Hey, Universal Coworkers, it's your girl V, teller of tells, and you're tuning into I Hate Work, the podcast where I rant about every wild job I've ever had. From drunk managers, failed drug tests, personal drama, and coworkers who turn into family, I've experienced the most. So call out, grab a cup, because you do not want to miss this piping hot tea, and go down this journey with me. This is where I discovered where writing was the only job meant for me. Let's get into it. Welcome back to I Hate Work, episode 5, where we are talking about one of my absolute favorite jobs. This is my favorite job number 2 because I only have 3 favorites out of the 30. Yes, you heard me. I have had 30 jobs. 30 companies were crazy enough to hire me. What do those background checks really consist of? I guess I'm kind of glad that all the companies are not listed there because I'd have a whole lot of explaining to do. But now I'll just give them a link to my podcast and they can go ahead, listen to all the interviews, and let me know if I get the job or not. So we are on lucky job number 15. Job number 15. I wish I was lying, but I'm not. So, do we need a recap on little V at the time? We'll just do a quick one, okay? Because I'm so tired of talking about me. That's stupid to say. This is all about me. Anyways, so what was going on? It's 2006, 2007. I'm a hot mess. I'm super mess. Don't even ask me where my mom is. I feel completely broken inside, but I'm a Capricorn, not an Aquarius. I have to keep going. Once again, I gotta find another job. Satan's soldier is not in the picture, if you remember from last episode. He left me when I was pregnant, so I had to go and deal with that all by myself. And I quit Armani because it was too expensive for the uniform. The uniform was mandatory, and I couldn't afford it. It's insane. I'm not doing drugs right now, not drinking. I am staying with my auntie, the one who took my Armani pants and shirt, and I never seen it again. But that's only short-lived because she wanted me to give her my whole entire paycheck. And auntie, I don't care what you say. That's what happened. And so Granny had to come pick me up. And I ended up back living with Granny and Grandpa, which was okay because Satan Soldier is not in the state. And so to Grandpa, this is great. He can't stand that jive turkey. He don't want to see him around his house. So I am welcome to stay there. We are now in March 2007 and I am 20 years old. I need another job as usual. And we all know I love me some Caesar's Palace. I just love me some Caesar's. So I go one day walking through forum shops and I hear some music, see some music videos. I've seen this place all the time, but never really went over there. I've never worked at a restaurant. I don't do fast food. Never wanted to get a food card permit. I'm not slicing meat. I'm not helping you with the bread aisle. Yeah, so I just never wanted to work in a restaurant, but this place looked super cool. So I pop over there, ask for an application. The woman at the desk gives me one. I go sit at the fountains where the little moving statues are over in the forum shops. I just love Caesars, I think, because I'm so obsessed with mythology. All their Greek stuff is amazing in there, okay? Luxor, I don't know what you're doing because Egypt is my thing and it's not looking very good over there. I don't feel the vibes. So I love me some Caesar's Palace. Anyways, I fill out the application, go back, turn it in. Week later, I get a call. I get an interview. Of course, because I filled that application out like I was a scholar, which I kind of am. So I put on some good slacks. Granny helps me pick out a nice blouse. She says, put on some put on some flats and headed to the forum shops for my interview. I go to the little store. I meet with the manager. So my secret in interviews, well, it's not really a secret, but it's just always worked for me. We don't talk about work. We don't talk about the expectations. We don't talk about the pay. We don't talk about schedule. We talk about us. Who are you? And I'm going to tell you who I am, because if I don't like you and you don't like me, we can't work together. That's just always been my thing. So, I mean, I'm an NSYNC fan. If you're a Backstreet Boys fan, no, I know that beef is dead, but that's the equivalent. That's where I'm going here. So, of course, I hit it off with the manager. We are laughing. She brings her assistant manager in. He is just this sassy, fun, like all about business. So he's super fun. Like, we're going to get our work done and then we can play. Super chill vibes. I get the job on the spot. She's like, "You're hired." And we know why, because I'm a Capricorn. So I get the job and I'm so excited. I am now an employee for Planet Hollywood restaurant, bar, and grill in their gift shops. If you don't know what Planet Hollywood is, you pretty much suck, okay? So Planet Hollywood was established around 1991 by these two guys, Earl, last name Earl, and Brazier, I want to say. And they wanted a Hard Rock Cafe type of place, but centered around movies, props, the stars, celebrities' faces lining the walls. So they reached out to the hottest stars of the 90s, which was Sylvester Stallone, Demi Moore, Bruce Willis, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I could never say his name 5 times. I couldn't even say it one time fast. And Whoopi Goldberg was also an investor in this. And in 1991, they opened the first one in New York City. And then the one in Las Vegas at the Forum Shops opened in 1994. And just a little off the rant top thing, kids in high school used to bully me and say, "Oh, you look like Whoopi Goldberg. You look like Whoopi." It's not an insult, stupid. That was never an insult. I was like, yes, manifest it. Throw those whoopee insults at me. And then it was just funnier because in after high school, these same guys are in my inbox on MySpace. Like, did you miss the part where Sealy told off Mister? You don't have a chance anymore, buddy. You don't have a chance. Okay, anyways, let's get to the work. So Planet Hollywood, job number 15. Pay is like 7 something, $8 an hour. I cannot really remember. I met with my manager, and my manager was none other than the amazing Denise. Okay. Denise did everything. It was the first time I had a manager actually sit down with me and go over every single role, like all my job duties, my roles, give me a tour, run through the register with me, show me, where all the supplies are, what I'm expected to do. If there's an emergency, this is what you have to do. It's up to everybody to know these things. And it's not just, this is your job, this is your job, just this is your job. She went over every single thing with me. And I love that she would always say, "Do you understand? Do you really understand?" Because some people go, "Yep, yep, I got it." But she would ask, "Do you truly understand? Because you're not going on my floor if you don't understand." And I was just so taken back by that. I had never had a manager like go over anything with me. I think the most conversation I had with a manager at any job was the interview, fill out your paperwork, and that's that. And then I see them when they tell me to go take a break or take a lunch or when they're firing me. So that's pretty much it. So she takes me, to the front. She says, pick out 2 shirts. You actually wear the, Planet Hollywood shirts, and the customers love it because if they see how you're rocking a shirt, they want it. They need it for their sister, their auntie. I can't even tell you how many people bought a shirt just because I was wearing it or they saw it on somebody else in one of the other stores. So anyway, she goes, "Pick out 2 shirts." Now, from the last episode that I don't trust this because Armani told me to pick out an outfit and it cost me $300. So I said, "Do I have to pay for this? Let me know now, please. And how much are these shirts? Are like $50, $60? Like, please tell me because Armani took everything that I had." So I get my shirts. I spend a day with her. Next day, I work with Mr. Wayne, who is the assistant manager. Again, I just love that he was just so intelligent, sophisticated, no nonsense. He would just give you this look. He never said it, but it's in his eyes like, "Don't play with me today." He was just it was just great. Um, Spent a day with him training. Again, he usually did the night shifts. So just like Denise, he's not finna play. You need to understand your job. You need to let me know if you do not understand it because we will go over it and over it and over as many times as we need to because you're not going to be on my floor and not fully understand anything. I just absolutely love that about them. So after Denise does her thing and after I spend time with Wayne, then I have to spend a week shadowing and learning stuff from one of their I don't know if she was a supervisor then, but just from one of their top employees, and I'm going to call her M. Okay. I shadowed M for an entire week. Her sister T worked there as a supervisor, and then there was another supervisor named Charlie. Just an amazing group. Whenever I did need help, I would go to Charlie because just everything was fast, 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 and then she would go off topic. She was one of those people that she was really good at her job, but any little thing happens and it spirals into a story, into another story, into another story, another story, another story, and then she comes back to the training and she goes, "Yeah, did you have any questions?" And I'm like, "Finish telling me about so and so." I forgot about work. Her sister T was nice. She just had like a kind of a short fuse. She was a young mom, so I could get it. If she said something and she had to repeat it, she just kind of get a little snappy with you. But it wasn't like bad, okay? I would go and ask Charlie for help. Charlie was just, I was so jealous of her. She was just like beyond beautiful for absolutely no reason. Just, it wasn't fair, okay? It just was not fair. But she was more patient and willing to go over stuff with you again, help you. So if I really didn't understand something, I would just be like, "Hey Charlie, can you please help me with something?" Learn the rules because this is we're in the forum shops. This is basically like a big celebrity place. And so one of the number one rules is no fangirling. And I told them, just have my paperwork ready because if NSYNC comes in here, if any one of those members come in here, that's it. I'm not remaining professional. I'm getting my pictures, I'm getting my autographs, I'm getting my life, okay? So that was like, yeah, I'm gonna fangirl on NSYNC. You get a great discount on merchandise. I cannot really remember the numbers, but I have so many shot glasses, keychains. I was always buying something. Every paycheck, I was willingly giving it back to Planet, like taking my money. We had a great discount there, plus on the restaurant. So the way it was set up was there was the little t-shirt wall store. So it was like a couple registers. We had these fun passes that people buy online through their travel agencies. So you get food at the restaurant, you go on museum tours, You get a bunch of free stuff, and for some reason, we had to give them their travel passes, and that was very annoying because it was sold by a third party. Why the heck did we have them? I have no idea. So it's 2 registers that the keychain maker, so when celebrities are coming into the restaurant, we're alerted so we know who's coming. And I think upper manager, or I don't know if Denise did it or Wayne did it, but someone communicated with the celebrities manager like, hey, we always get these pictures of the celebrities to go on a celebrity wall. And so we know who's coming and what time to go take their pictures. So we never just bombarded them while they were eating or coming in or just leaving. It was scheduled that we were going to get their pictures. Then there's the little t shirt wall. And then there was the restaurant. If you've never seen a Planet Hollywood, Google it. I can't even explain it to you, okay? It's Planet Hollywood. Celebrities, space, ET. I don't know what to tell you. There's this really cool life-size picture of Wednesday on the wall. Just super cool. And then on the other side of the restaurant was the bigger store. So what was the vibe like in Planet Hollywood? Just honestly, it was just overall amazing. Everyone literally got along, and I'm not saying that just to say that. The only drama was probably M and T, and that's only because they were sisters, and it was all personal. Nothing that made anybody uncomfortable or caused disharmony among the team. There was another coworker. I'll just shorten him to Vin. He was like everybody's baby brother, just silly, really good-hearted person. His mom, he was a mama's boy. She would pack his lunches and iron his t-shirts. Whenever me and him would work, if we worked late night shifts, because I lived on the bus, she would go out of her way to give me a ride back home. Just nicest family. Love them. Hope they're doing good. Who else was there? The other drama was the restaurant. That was Vanderpump Rules before Vanderpump Rules existed. Everybody in the restaurant was sleeping and fighting with everybody. That was not our problem in the store, okay? They had separate managers. We never cross trained to go work over in a restaurant. Thank goodness, because I didn't want to go over there with them. Management actually protected us, which I absolutely loved. If I had a really rude guest that I just could not calm down, Denise and Wayne would, whoever was there would come over and handle that. Creepy men, mm-mm. Wayne shut it down every single time. You're not going to disrespect his monkeys. That's what he would say. He called all the employees monkeys, and I was so sad for a while because he would just call me by my name. I literally had to earn the title, and I'll never forget when I did. There was a call out. I said I could stay, so I stayed later, helped. Like, night shift ran smoothly, and after that, when we were closing, he goes, "Thank you, monkey." I was, like, standing there and, in the forum shops, and the sky is, like, turning night, and I felt like I had just graduated kindergarten, like, I was a monkey. So, it was it was just such an overall good time. Staff meetings were not a waste of time. Granted, always had to be there an hour early before the store opened or the restaurant. It's just there was no, we're having a staff meeting, who's going to stay on the floor. We all had to be there so that nobody missed anything. But Denise and Wayne made sure it was worth our time. We got vital information. They actually would hear us out if you had any complaints, if you had any concerns, if you had any ideas. They would actually listen to that. We we would do nice little icebreaker games so the team could feel unified and get to know each other on better levels. It was I just love the open dialogue with the managers and the team, and it was not hostile. Nobody was upset or ready to quit or, having sidebar conversations. This could have been an email. That was not the vibe at all. Some of my fun, celebrity moments there was probably, Flava Flav when he brought Hoops in. The show had just ended. They were not supposed to be seen together, but they came in. VH1 was just super hot back then, so those B and C-listers came in all the time. I got pictures with Tila Tequila. What is the other guy that wears the bandana? I don't know. Is his name Brett? Brad? I don't know. He was there a few times. Some NBA players came in, none from the Chicago Bulls, so I didn't freak out. NFL players. I'm drawing a blank, but just so many actresses and actors came through. I never got to see Stallone or Sylvester. Wait, Sylvester Stallone is the same person. Who's the other guy? Or Bruce Willis. I never got to see those two. Don Cheadle came through. I didn't get to take his picture that day, but just to see him was so cool. And I saw the top of Michael Jackson's head. Okay, that's everything. I don't know where he was going that day. I don't know if he was trying to come to Planet Hollywood, but of course, you can know if you're someplace and you hear Michael Jackson's in the building, everybody ran there. He had 100 bodyguards surrounding him, so you could not get in. And I just saw the top of that head and that little bitty pale skin of his. And I was like, oh my gosh, I saw the King of Pop's head. It was amazing. My worst celebrity moment, and I'm so sorry to have to say it, was Ashanti. She was so mean to me. So she knew she had to get the picture. They told me when to go get the picture. So I get my camera. I'm all excited to go see her. I saw her walk in. She was wearing like all white and just dazzling in diamonds. She just looked so good. Her mom was with her. So I go into the restaurant and I go, "Hi, Mr. Shanti. I'm working in the store and I work here. I'm just here to get the picture of the day that we get." And right at that same time, a little boy come up. He's probably like 10 or 11 and he's asking for a picture too. So I step aside like let the little guy go cuz obviously he's a fan. And she huffs and rolls her eyes. I'm like, "Okay." She takes the picture with him. He doesn't notice any of this. He's just a kid, but he takes the picture, and then she looks at me. She goes, "Get your camera ready," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I like snap. It could have been blurry. I don't know, but I just hurried up and left because her mom was looking mad. She had snapped at me, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, why is she so upset?" She gonna be more upset when she tastes this food. It's not gourmet at all. She sees the boys back there cooking it. But yeah, she was my worst experience from a celebrity there. Uh yeah, I'm so sorry to say that because I'm even watching your new show right now on Peacock and it's so good. But that's not the mesmerized singer I had met. I was shook that night. So we have, of course, we're in retail. We have sales quotas to meet, but you get a bonus. Oh my goodness. Selling, which actually, like, nobody's gonna fight me. Because if you help somebody with a keychain and then I go help, no, nobody was fighting over that. It was not cutthroat, not at all. There was one top sales associate. I'll call her Quiche for short. She was killing it. She had those bonuses on lock. And of course, I'm a Capricorn. So I got to get in there. I need a piece of this, okay? So me and her, we have friendly competition, okay? She would always work in another store. I'd be in the other store, and then we would just call each other on the phones like, "I just sold $300," and she goes, "Oh no, honey, my checkout was about 500, and they going over to the restaurant." I'm like, "Dang it!" So we would just have so much fun doing that. I don't know what happened, but we became kind of short staff, and so I'm like, who could keep up with me in sales? I know I probably should have learned my lesson a while ago, but this one actually turned out good. I go to Denise, I go, "Hey, my sister, she just turned 18. Can you interview her?" I mean, we never have to work the same shifts, but M&T were working together. So I said, "Hey." So Wayne and Denise interview my sister Darrenese, and just like that, she's hired. And right away, Wayne starts calling her Monkey. They just vibed so good. She was Monkey right away. I was so upset because I had to earn that title. Mm. So another Barry's in the building, and the three of us, well, Keisha's not a Barry, but the three of us are like going at it with these sales. Like I said, it's friendly competition. We was making those quotas. We was going above and beyond, just selling to the most. I think my sister had got one of the highest sales because Keisha Cole's family came in and she helped her mom and sister, and they bought so much stuff, so I gave it to her for that. She killed that sale and they loved her. I think they had even came back another day for her to help them. The fact that they even remembered, like, that's how good her customer service was. But all in all, the atmosphere was so amazing. Denise worked so hard to maintain employee morale around there. Just I saw that and I just could not believe it because the only other person I had seen that from was my manager all the way back at Dula Community Center. So it was just refreshing. And there was none of this, oh, I went out last night, so I can't come in. She held us accountable for everything, which she should have. You're an adult, you decided to come work here, we have a job to do at the end of the day. She did understand if you weren't feeling well or sick, but there was none of that calling out just for nonsense. The Planet Hollywood was getting their own casino, and they were opening another restaurant and a store in there called Planet Dailies. So she took her top sales, and of course one of those was me, and I got me a Planet Daily shirt and went over to the new restaurant and worked in their little store over there for, I think I did a shift or two, but it was super fun. And she had told me, "You're doing really good over here. I think you can be promoted over at Planet Dailies." So I had a plan. There was a plan in motion, and that was meant everything to me because I had never had a job with a future goal. I was just going in day to day to go to work. So life was just, it was just going really good, seemed to be falling into place. I was having a good time at work. Around Halloween, I got to dress up like Tinkerbell. The Asians went crazy. I'm telling you, I was like a little green King Kong to them or something. I wonder how many Asian people photo albums I went into that year because every single one of them stopped to see me when they saw those wings and they was like pointing and talking super fast and I was just posing. But of course, if you know me, you know I live for those moments. It was the best. Everything was even going so good in personal life because Satan's not around. Grandpa was so into, he used to write songs when he was younger, little Temptation, I never made it. And then he, just for fun, he started getting into acting. So he had an agent for extras. He joined a whole casting agency just to be an extra. And he was an Undisputed with Vin Rames and Wesley Snipes. And he did a Rush Hour. I think he did a Rush Hour one or two. I can't really remember. Oh, I shouldn't say that because he busts it out every single holiday. He goes, "Look, there I am." He paused it so you can see him in the background. He must embarrass me at middle school because he came Parents' Day. And so my mom didn't come, but grandpa came to Parents' Day and he told all the kids, he goes, "You guys are going to be mad at me, but I turned down Rush Hour 3." And for weeks, all the kids were like, "Veronice's grandpa, he was so busy he couldn't film Rush Hour 3." And I'm like, "Guys, he was going to be have his back turned on a game and you weren't even going to see his face." But the kids thought that was so cool. Anyways, look at me ranting. Grandpa tells me I should go, like, do, because he knows I like to write scripts. So he goes, "You should just go do an extras thing." So I say, "Fine." I go audition to be an extra, get the parts. I mean, get casted. They put me on the roster, and I get my first paid gig at the 2007 Video Game Awards, but this is later in December, but stuff's gonna happen, so that's why I'm just mentioning it now. I was doing all those little things, met a new best friend, I'll call her Miss C, at the place, and we started doing extra work together. We met Samuel Jackson at the Video Game Awards, shook hands with Christopher Reed at Paris Hilton's My BFF taping. I saw Rob Deerdeck and Hayden Christensen. We was just doing so much fun things. We took a day trip down to LA because we decided that we were just going to move and do our Hollywood dreams. We stopped into a film academy and we met Sherry Johnson from Punky Brewster and Family Matters, and Jason James, who plays Jesse in Free Willy. And Sherry was like, "You guys should join the class." It was just so cool. Am I saying, is her name? Yeah, Cherie. Her name Cherry. Sherry. Oh my gosh, yes. I don't freaking know, but that's who it was. Punky Brewster's friend. Anyways, we had a good time. So work is going great. I got plans for my personal life. Okay, I can move to Hollywood with my new friend, and I have a possible, management position over at Planet Dailies. Things are going super, super good. So what happened? Corporate rolls in and says, "We need an extra manager." Why? The stores are tiny. There's already a lot of us here. Denise and Wayne are running this place like a tight ship, okay? If they were actually on the Titanic, it would have never sank. Everything was good. Why do we need another manager? So enters the ruiner, the downfall of this time. I never even met him, didn't even know his name. I'm coming into work. I know he's there, and we're supposed to have a management meeting with this third manager. As I'm coming in, Denise is coming out. I was like, "Where are you going? Work is just starting." She goes, "I've been fired. Do not panic. Do not worry about it. Please just do your job." And she gives me a hug and leave. What are you talking about? Mr. Paris comes out the back in his size toddler pants. They're super tight and it's tight. He just wore everything just super, super tight. Just, and he introduces himself because he doesn't have a care in the world. And he's, "Who are you? What's your name?" in his French accent. And I tell him my name and he introduces himself and he says, "I'm the new store manager. Denise will no longer be with us." I got that part, but what the heck? So the day is just kind of weird. Everybody's texting each other. We're whispering. We're meeting each other in the bathrooms. Like, WTF, what's happening around here? He tells us he's just making slight, small changes. I'm literally telling, I swear it was the next day or 2 days later. I'm sitting in the back. Wayne comes in, grabs his stuff, and he goes, "Monkeys take care." And he leaves. What are you talking about? Where is Wayne going? The we're all in we're in an uproar. What is happening? Mr. Paris brings his wife in, who I'm going to call Miss American's Opportunity, because first of all, what is happening? She comes in and all of a sudden she's supervisor. The manager can just make his wife a supervisor? We were just so confused. He holds a um he tells us we all have to come to a mandatory staff meeting. Of course, we all have to come super early in the morning to listen to him. He starts the meeting by saying, "All white girls, you better start wearing makeup. I don't want to see those faces plain." What? I'm not even lying. And then he turns to the black girls. There's 5 of us. He goes, "I don't want to see another afro. Comb your hair." I'm laughing right now, but we were not laughing then. Who are you? What is going on? Where is Mr. J, who's the big boss over everything? Because he's super nice, cool, comes down, have a laugh with us. What is happening? We're just all so confused. It just turns into a show just automatically. I can't really remember what happened, but I know all of a sudden Charlie's gone too. I think she quit. I don't know. She had a friend. Okay, he wasn't her friend, but they had friendly friendships, whatever. But all of a sudden he was there and then no, he was gone just all of a sudden. And then one of the other black girls was he fired her. He said it was performance issues, but she was not it's not that she wore a fro, she just wore her hair natural. And for some reason this was allowed. And so one of her good friends that did work in the store just did not want to play with Mr. Paris, and she went on ahead and quit for him. She wasn't going to wait to see what he was going to lie and say about her. Nepotism vibes all around. It was just so bad. And it was just so confusing. Everything was going great. What happened? I would love to talk to Denise about this and wonder if she ever found out why was Mr. Paris thrown into the store to just ruin everything. Seriously. A new assistant manager is hired. Call him Ant for short. He's a black guy, super cool, nice. He's one of Mr. J's friends. Mr. J's the big boss over even the restaurant, everything. So he's one of his good friends. So we're just like, Aunt, please, you're a lifeline against Mr. Paris. We don't know what's happening, and he's firing everybody, and he's so mean. Our bonus checks, he started taxing them so bad it wasn't even worth getting anymore. He was a menace who needed to be stopped. His wife was not actually bad. She was tolerable. It's almost like she didn't like him either, to be honest. She did not. But I mean, she didn't do anything to help anybody. He hired a teenage girl. I think she was about 17, 18 years old. All she did was talk about volleyball. She just needed extra funds to help fund her volleyball. He gave the supervisor position to her and skipped all the rest of us. She did not want it, but she was there to make extra money for her sports thing, so she took it. We honestly thought he liked her. He would do the little hand on the back to her, and I would just be like, if you're uncomfortable, you should just go talk to Mr. J. Just go tell him because it's not okay. And I mean, the tight pants, the tight sweater, the tight everything. He's just so rude. Go tell. I don't know if she ever did. But anyways, the sanctuary of Planet Hollywood just turned into hell. Okay. He was the guy in Hunchback of Notre Dame who was treating Quasimodo really bad. That was him. That's his ancestor for sure. While Mr. Paris is terrorizing Planet Hollywood, my personal life kind of falls back down the gutter too. Satan Soldier comes home from California. This is not a good time. This is not a good time. So, what happened? Because we all know something happened. That's why I have another freaking job after this. It's November. Super busy time in the forum shops. Everybody's getting their holiday shopping done. I'm scheduled to work a night shift in the big store all by myself. And there's 3 people scheduled over in the small store. I'm so confused. All of us are. But at this point, we do not question Mr. Paris, okay? I work the store. I work the bigger store by myself. I handle it. I take care of it. I meet the daily sales quotas. I count inventory at the end of the night and I shut the store down and we all go home. The next day, I come in and Mr. Paris is waiting for me. Oh, Berenice, we need to speak to you upstairs. Okay. So I go to put my stuff down and he's like, no. I can't stand him. He's like, no, bring it with you. So I'm like, okay. I go up the stairs to go see to Mr. J's office. Never been up there before, actually. And it's just him up there. There's no, I always thought there was like a HR team, a payroll team. I always thought there was something going on. We just go to Mr. J's office and it's just the three of us in the office. And Mr. J says, Vernice. He doesn't even fluff or anything. He goes, Vernice, you're being terminated for stealing a bomber jacket last night. A 3X leather jacket with a big ol' planet on the back and the planet Hollywood curved around it. The jacket is so ugly. The jacket costs like 300 some dollars. I've never wanted that jacket, okay? There are plenty jackets in that store I want, but I don't want that jacket. I don't bring a bag big enough to work with me to fit the bomber jacket. Satan Soldier is not getting any gifts from me, so I'm not getting him the bomber jacket. What am I going to do with a 3X leather jacket? Okay? Play Haggard in the Christmas play? What are you talking about? Mr. Paris says, oh, I have the footage. Okay, show me. Show me the footage. And he says if you want to escalate this, it's going to just get worse for you. It's just going to be really bad and you'll never be hireable anywhere. First of all, there's no paperwork. There's nothing for me to sign. There's no final check. And nothing. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to say. What are you talking about? I stole. How could I steal a jacket last night when we all have to leave the store together? And if you have the footage, why not shove it in my face and show me? And I was just staring at Mr. J like you've known me for this little like this time here. I've been here since March. You know, I mean, you can't say you like know me, but you know me, you've seen me. You know my sister, you come down and congratulate us all the time on the bonuses. You're gonna let him do this? It was just such a punch to the gut. There's nothing I can do. He says I did it. And there no proof had to be shown. So my sister's in the little store, and aunt's in there, and she says, "Where are you going?" I said, "I just got fired for stealing a big ass jacket." I and that was it. There was nothing I could do. I think I walked through the forum shops crying. And in Las Vegas on the strip, if you see somebody crying, it's nothing. It's fine. They probably just lost their mortgage, probably just broke up with somebody, probably drunk. So nobody, you know, batted an eyelash my way. I walked through the forum shops crying. I could not. I could, oh my goodness, what the heck? And of course, I'm down. I'm so sad. I just lost my favorite job. I had a plan to save money and go off to LA. I take the bus straight to Satan Soldier's house because I have to shut off my brain. Whatever he's got, I'm going to do. Whatever he's got to drink, I'm going to drink it. I have to shut off my brain right now. I am so distraught. Like, I cannot believe this just happened to me. So now I don't have a job again. I don't how do you fight such things? I was not versed in HR policies, and it took me a handful more jobs to finally be like, what is it that you do and what is my rights and protection as an employee? Because today HR personnel hate to see me come and they cannot stand it because I will sit and go toe to toe with them all day long. I so yeah, Mr. Paris wiped us all out one by one. He did not fire my sister. She quit, and when she did, on that day of work, she wore an afro just for him. And I know that pissed him off. I wish I could have saw his face. Corporate is the worst. The lesson here is that this is the problem with corporate America. They sit somewhere in a building dictating what happens at the site where all the work is happening. Mr. Paris did not know how to run the register. He never ordered the right supplies. We constantly ran out of merchandise that we needed in peak sales days. Like, it's the summer. We are in Las Vegas. People come to collect shot glasses and you haven't ordered shot glasses? Ugh. We get DVDs in for each month. He wasn't getting the DVDs, so we were still playing the Halloween DVD in November. Or I have to go find the old, like last year's. It's not the newest music playing. He just ruined everything, and I don't even blame him because, again, someone who sits in an office who doesn't know what's going on at the site of the business sent in someone that was on paper amazing to run the store, and he ran it just right down into the ground. And I know if they looked at sales data from 2007 when Denise and Wayne was running things and then compared it to him in 2008, I bet you it's days were so good over here. I know it was a roller coaster over here with him, and mainly because he didn't know how to run the register. He was so anti-American, not racist, because he used to go off on the white girls all the time. You need to look prettier, curl your hair, put some blush on. Who are you to tell them what to look like? What if they're allergic to makeup? What if they can't put on all that stuff? And then to tell the black girls, like, I bet not see another afro. Like, who are you? But who allowed him to come in and get away with this? Shame on you, Planet Hollywood. Shame on you, Caesars Entertainment, for allowing that guy to come in and do what he did. That was terrible. So, thanks to you guys and allowing that guy come in and do what he did, I had to go seek another job, okay? But anyways, I absolutely I loved that beginning stage. That was amazing. The memories I have with that team, golden. Like I said, I'm still friends today with the managers and supervisors. We really, really had a good thing going on. And it's just a shame that top managers couldn't see that. So, have you ever had a job you thought was your future and then it was just completely ripped away for I have no idea why? Do you even know why? Did someone's ego just completely ruin your future plans? Because that happened to me, and I would love to hear if you have a similar story. So until next time, take that vacation, whether it's approved or not. Take a longer lunch because I said so. And tell that coworker who acts like he's the CEO to just shut up. I hate work.